Hey guys, welcome to Dave Holbrook Fishing. I'm back in the University Hook in my shop. Call it the Rusty Hook. Was doing some boat maintenance, getting things squared away. I've got to get the boat cleaned up and do some other things in the shop. And one of these tasks that I have is I bought this on, I think Tik Tok Shop or Amazon, whatever. But anyway, it was like $6 to $8, I think. It's a little crawl mold you can see here, and the reason I did it is I saw on Milliken Fishing, I think that's his name, Milliken Fishing, repouring molds. So what I've done is here in the last week, as you can see here, been keeping my old plastics. I got to separate them in the black, the green, all that green, get all that separated. And once I do that, I've got to put them in a glass jar or some kind of jar and put them in the microwave. So I got to talk Jen into let me put this in the microwave, or I got to go down and put it in the bar in the microwave. So I hope I don't have to do that. So anyway, so stay tuned. I'm going to go through this process. I got to separate the baits first. Once I separate the baits here, then I'll decide whether I'm going to pour green pumpkin first or pour me a black and blue, which I have up here. So that'd be a nice pour. Is that cut tail right there. So we'll see, maybe I can get a cut tail mold. So stay tuned. This process will take a few days, maybe not a few days, but I'll get her done. So thanks for watching guys, and stay tuned for this video. Fans, I'm back with the trying to pour my own plastics. It's almost comedy hour here. All right, so as you can see, I took a mixing glass which can never be used again, and you saw in the previous video I put all my black and blues and anything close to black and blue, separated it, I put them in there, threw this thing in the microwave, and I just covered it with that. I zapped it. I won't go through that process, but I've already zapped it. And as they said, don't zap it all at once. I went 20 seconds, then 30, then 20, then 30. And at the end of that, it was ready to be stirred with these little coffee sticks I found over here. So that's what I stirred it. It's pretty solid now, as you can see. That plastic is already rehardened. I'll try to melt it one more time, but not recommended. Okey-doke. So I took them molds I showed you earlier, and it's on a cookie sheet, or my smash burger sheet as I call it, and that's what it ended up being. So I made a mess of it. So I'm gonna see how this turns out here in a second, and I'll show you. I'm gonna have to re-pour, because see, I got a lot of over pour here, because my jar wasn't that precise. So we'll have to figure that out if it don't work. So stay tuned. All right, bass fans, here I am. See, I took those out of that mold, and see my over pour, if you can tell. So see, if you had a precise hand and wasn't so old and shaky like me, you could get them right down in that mold. But to make these look halfway decent, I'm gonna have to take some scissors and trim that, which another problem. So if I can get precise and pour these in here, maybe a funnel, something like that, I don't know, I have to figure that out. So that's, here we are. I'm gonna try to cut those. Pour this one off already. Separate's not that bad. I'll try to cut it first and see if I can make something out of it, but see if that's gonna be a good flipping crawl. We'll see. Hey guys, a couple things I was trying to, lesson learned for me is I'm trying to cut these out with these scissors here, so you can see the mold, my over pour, see what it causes. If I get that pour just in the grooves, which means I've got to get better at that, then I don't have to worry about this over pour, because they pulled right out of the mold. I mean, just like boom, popped right out of there. So this one I cut so far, and even the little tentacles had to cut apart. So You can see them right there in the center of that. So I'm gonna end up cutting these 3, and then I'm gonna try some green pumpkin stuff that, you know, this is all my old plastics that we threw in the bottom of the boat and collected over a couple weeks, and that's my black and blue. So we'll get back to the green pumpkin, and maybe I'm a better pour, and leave them in the mold longer. Still a little sticky, which makes them hard to cut. So these would have been easier to trim up if I left them in this mold probably close to an hour. I took them out at 30, and they're still a little sticky to the touch. I put them on this rice paper here, or this wax paper they call it, and you can see when I pick it up, see how sticky it is to that. It's still a little wet. So anyway, that's the tip for now, and green pumpkins next. And again, this mold here is like $6-7 on Tik Tok Shop or wherever, and you've already paid for these plastics because you throw them in the bottom of the boat when they don't work anymore. So right now I'm gonna have 4 flipping craws, which I'll try next time we're out to verify, and then I'll probably have 4 green pumpkin craws just like that I'll use for flipping, and I'll get better at pouring these. I want to try to find a cut tail mold and try to do that with some cut tails, because that's my 2 big baits here on Waco. Put them on a jig, of course. So stay tuned. All right, guys, back to the mold pouring situation. That's what's left. They say not to do a double pour because kind of gets too sticky after a while. So that's I don't know what I'll do with that. But I'm gonna do green pumpkin next. I got all these green pumpkin things here from the last tournament or fishing trip we were on, and I'm gonna put those in there and try to meld them too. So anyway, so after I did the clipping with the scissors, and again, if I got better with the pour, I wouldn't have to work so hard. But see those? Now over here, this here is a chigger craw. 4.4 inch black and blue fleck chigger craw for Berkeley, right? That's what's in that bag. This one right here. That's what I just poured. So why wouldn't a bass hit this, which I poured of leftovers, instead of that? We're gonna find out my next trip. That's going on my jigs right here. Not this. If I don't catch one, it may just be me, but those look like the same. Come out of that mold and leftovers. So stay tuned. All right, now we're going after the green pumpkin. We're gonna do some pours here, and here's the process. Take this, put it in there. Cover on it and give it 25 seconds. Let's see how that does, and we'll be right back. Alright, let's use that plate because when I take it out of here, I can set that thing if it's hot on the bottom, so you can see kind of still a little gooey. So we'll give it another zap here. Give it another zap. Okay, after another 20 seconds, and then I hit it for one last 30, and this is hot. See, that's liquidy now. So now I've got to have a steady hand to pour this in here. Like the black and blue, I screwed it up, so you see how real slow while it's still hot. I'm gonna have a little bit. Ain't that good. Oh, come on, baby. Get that pincha. Need the head. guys. A little better. Only got 4 more to go. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough juice, but I better get it poured. You see how quick it's starting to dry like cement? You know, that's why I say at the first of the video, you know, is this worth it? I get 4 craws. I guess it's the fun of it all. Catching fish on it. I can't wait to see how this is gonna work. Put that on a big old 7/16 ounce jig. I got 1 more to go, boys. Come on, feed me. Alright. Like pouring cupcakes, I guess. Not that I know anything about that. Alright, now sit that right back down in there. That was 1 day of fishing. Craws that broke off and all that. We did the black and blue last time. I think my pour's a little better. I'm gonna let this dry. I'll have a little trimming to do, and we'll see what happens. And we'll be back. All right, guys, back in the rusty hook. We're gonna test out our craws here. They just came out. I brought them out here. They've been, what, 45 minutes, I guess. So I'm gonna peel the first one off here. You can see. I know we did green pumpkin. These took a little longer. So, see, I gotta do some trimming here. I gotta get better so that overpour doesn't happen. See that overpour, which is causing me to cut them, but I'm gonna do it. I got better on this one than I did on the last one, but I did miss, if you look right here in this mode, the little nose whiskers on that craw. That one and that one did not get any pour in it. So something else I got to pay attention to. I got to find some molds that do cut tails and maybe brush hogs, because I'm telling you, these reused plastics, what a way to recycle and not run out of craws ever. See that? So it's like last time. I'm going to trim these up, and then we'll be back to see the next stage. I can't wait to the final stage. I'm going to take them out on the lake. We're going to catch fish on them. We're going to catch them, boys. Alright, guys, here we are back in the rusty hook, and the craws, there they are. They're all, this is what I shaved off of them because my pour is not as good as it should be. Anyway, these are the 4 here, and that again is the chigger craw, this pack here. Last time I showed you black and blue, that's the same thing. There's 9 in a pack. These things are $7 a pack, right? $7 a pack. So that's that. These are the ones I just poured out of this $6 mold I got off of Tik Tok, whatever. So anyway, so I'm gonna catch a fish on that one, and I'm gonna catch a fish on the other one I made. And if it works, then I pour 2 of these molds. That's 8 out of recycled baits, guys. This is out of recycled baits. So I like it. I don't have to throw them in the garbage. I get to reuse them, and saying you caught stuff off your bait is something. So there you go. So we'll see. I'm gonna throw the video in here when I catch a fish on them, and we'll wrap up this video. So thanks for watching Dave Holbrook Fishing, and stay tuned for some fish catches on the Dave Holbrook Chigger Craw. Man. Yeah, look at that. That's that craw. See right there? I poured those craws myself off of leftover plastics that Jesse and I had from fishing for 3 days. You'll see my video where I poured my craws, but that bad boy ate it. He's gonna be a keeper. Let me see what he's like. Man, where have all the big ones gone? That's that hand-poured crawl. I put it on a shaky head. It's only good for one though, that's the problem.